Hello, everyone. My name's Fox, right? So, big and Fox, and this is a review of. Okay, this is not a review of the entire Simpsons, at least not. But I've watched 3 of the newer episodes. I haven't seen the newest one. I saw the one where they went to Paris, the one where they went to the Grand Canyon, and the live one. And I'll say it's like Family Guy. Well, Family Guy is like, okay, how should I put this? It's all right. If anything, I will say this is the McDonald's of food, McDonald's of TV shows. And if you like The Simpsons, go on, good on you. If you like it, fine. I'm not gonna say anything bad about. I'm not saying anything's real bad about it. For me itself, there were some things that made me chuckle a bit, like the Grand Canyon one, like the guy just falling right over. That was funny. Or though you think he would have screamed. I'm trying to think. Let me see, the Paris. It just reminded me a lot of kind of like the Family Guy, where it's just mostly, and I know Simpsons came first, of course I know that. It just kind of reminds me, because really it's just they're just doing stupid stuff basically. They're just screwing around with it. Though I will say, compared to like Family Guy, this is less quote unquote cartoonish. In the sense that like Family Guy, you know, Homer will have a blimp and ram it into the side of a building because he's stupid. It's not like that. This is not like that. Also, me watching the beginning of the first episode I saw, the newer intro of The Simpsons, I'm watching this and I last time I saw it, I think it was like the earlier ones where it was just like, I think it's like the original one, the original like beginning of The Simpsons. I watched this one and I'm just like, at the beginning I'm like, the fudge happened? like it kind of looked like if like you looked at something that was nice and sparkling, you turned away, you come back, there's suddenly drug dealers and stuff in the air. I'm like, what the fudge just happened? And I say that as like the statue of like that one guy, the founder of Springfield, like they're cutting off his head now. I'm like, okay. Bart for some reason is still writing on the chalkboard. And maybe some of my gripes for this is just one gripe that I have, I think, with, although there is some quote unquote continuity between some of the seasons, at least a little bit, whether it be like Flanders' wife or whatever, or like Marge remembering all the different vacations they've had before Paris. But also just watching this, I'm like, time itself, which is one thing that I extremely love about some things, is the passage of time. In a sense, like, you watch Steven Universe, you can tell when was the beginning and when was the end. Or if you watch Adventure Time, changes in Finn's voice, or trying to think of all of them. Bob's Burgers, where the bathroom is different color, stuff like that. There is a passage of time between all of them, which I always love, which I now love in these shows. I always love the passage, or Full Metal Alchemist, if you want to go by anime standards, and there's also some other animes like Soul Eater and so on, where there is a passage of time, continuity, and all that jazz, which I extremely love. But like things like The Simpsons or Family Guy, I'm just kind of like, a little bit when like they say things like, oh, because on the Grand Canyon story that Homer tells his daughter is like, oh, this happened 2 years ago before you were born. I'm like, she's been on TV for 20 years. Stop it. Like, it would have been kind of funny if, like right there, it would have been an awesome joke. Like, okay, time really hasn't been passing for them, so it would have been kind of cool as this happened. Let's see. Let's say I forgot how long Simpsons have been on, but like, let's say 10 years. They say, this happened before you were born, 12 years ago. Then someone outside the camera pokes Homer with a stick, goes, 2 years ago. Something like that. That'd be a little bit funnier, at least. I would have took that as a little bit funnier because like it's just saying 2 years ago. I'm like, don't lie to us. There's more episodes. If this is 2 years, if Maggie's still the same age, your years are years long compared to ours then. But yeah, that kind of annoyed me a bit. The jokes were alright. It's similar to Family Guy where it's mostly randomness. Though I will say Family Guy, and I believe American Dad, Family Guy has kind of its own formula on its episodes where Family Guy is... There's a problem in the beginning of the episode. That problem leads to a second problem, and then the episode ends with solving the second problem. That's basically how almost each and every Family Guy episode goes, except for like the occasional one that it is not. And then like the improv episode of Simpsons was weird because first it starts off Homer gets scared of talking in front of people, which alright I get, and then right after that, there's a subplot where Bart sees another kid having an awesome treehouse and he wants one. And so Marge says, okay, I'll build one for you. She starts building one. I don't know. Maybe it's because they took improv things for it first, and then like they made that into an episode, I'm assuming. But then like the national treehouse people, and you know your treehouse is in the area of very historical treehouses. You see nice treehouses all throughout the neighborhood, and then Marge's like, oh, and then she makes this nice house. Like we really don't see her like build it or whatever. It's just like done. There's the treehouse, and Bart's like, oh yeah, it's a real nice house. It does this and this and this. It's really good. And then he doesn't thank his mom, so Marge's like, throws cookies on the floor, walks away. I'm assuming, and like it just felt like the treehouse thing was just there just to be there, and I feel like that was I feel like they themselves made an improv episode in a sense where someone just gave them a couple things for the characters to do and they just did it, and that's it. Or like the improv, like Homer has an improv group, yet he is the only one doing any improv whatsoever. Everyone else is not. It's just they're not. So they just don't do anything. It's not an improv group. It's just Homer himself alone. And even like, oh Homer, it's your turn now, and they just leave. So I'm assuming there's something going on behind the scenes and something like that. But yeah. I don't think like Bob's Burgers, because one of my subs said to me that I am nothing against The Simpsons or Family Guy, but like he said, like he said like, well, he said, Bob's Burgers wouldn't be around unless for The Simpsons, and yes, that is most likely true. Simpsons and Flintstones, but Bob's Burgers has different writing, I feel, than this one, and even then, these characters, they never, in a sense, change. I guess maybe they're... Sorry for the cut. I actually left for a second, but I'm trying to think where to go off. But yeah, one thing that I love about in these episodes, maybe I'm repeating myself at this point, but is the passage of time. But things like Family Guy or this, where like the passage of time doesn't happen. They're eternally trapped in the snow globe of Krampus. And some shows even have fun with that a bit, like Amazing World of Gumball, where there's an episode where it's basically all based around everything that they've done throughout the years, and like eventually they even say like, oh, it's okay, well, soon it'll all fade to black and it'll rewrite itself, right? It'll restart itself, right? But it doesn't happen, which is hilarious. That's a fun way of using that. Some shows can do it well, and some shows do have episodes that seem like they kind of reset, but they really don't. They continue on. Again, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, and so on. Or, I think even, what is it called? Fudge, what was it called? It's that one on Comedy Central, but it's, like, really pretty. Well, pretty. Like, it has, like, everyone's white skin. Like, I mean, like, white skin and, like, There's neon lights and stuff like that. Something like that. Like it's really good. I forgot what it was called. It's like they're like cops or whatever. I forgot what it was called. I made a review about it. Moonbeam City. There you go. That one. That's a good one. I like that one. That one is pretty funny. And the thing is also I love the art style for that as well. Oh, Rick and Morty. That's another one that seems episodic, but it actually has a continuity behind it. And I prefer, I prefer shows like that show a little bit more passage of time, that have some big major stories and stuff like that. Or Bob's Burgers itself, even though I do like the show, I would still rather go watch Steven Universe Adventure Time probably over watching Bob's Burgers. And that's just my tastes. I like things like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, and Rick and Morty, which are all bigger, quote unquote, bigger than life type of stories. Not bigger than life, but they're massive stories which are amazing, have a ton of awesome like theological talkings and stuff like that in these, and that's pretty fun. Simpsons and Family Guy kind of fall into the screw it, I just want to see something stupid moments, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny. I watch Family every once in a while for those stupid moments as well, but it's just not something I really would watch like constantly, like Wander Over Yonder. I keep bringing those up, but again, because that's kind of what I'm comparing them to in a bit. Bob's Burgers, maybe if I have nothing else to do, I'll put it on because screw it, it's pretty funny. It's fun hearing the voice of Mabel, definitely running around going, ah! It's just a good old fun time. But yeah, that's my own preference. If you have a different preference, that's fine. If you love Simpsons, that is alright. Nothing against that. I myself just prefer different stories and stuff like that. Either way, this is my short little review of The Simpsons. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check out videos that I've done, please click the description below. Please check out all my other videos. And we will see you later.